on, everybody? Welcome back to The Rundown, a show where we deep dive into film and TV, along with you, our live audience, here to watch the show. And if you're watching us on the replay, next time try and join in live and join the live chat because that's where all the fun is at. Anthony, my illustrious co-host, the man in disguise, the man on missions, the man who just bought President Loki. How are you doing today?
The enabled man. Dude, I hate you. He just enabled me to get President Loki. I tried to cancel him. I thought I canceled him, to be honest. I still got the invoice, so I told him, no, dude, I canceled this one. And now you make me buy him again.
Being that I just made you buy him, I think this is deserved. You know what we do.
You know what we do. Yeah,
I think that's
it is. I think it was a good week. Figure-wise, I don't know what came in. I think I got Kakashi by Rocket Toys and 3-0 Sasuke. Carnage is still in the box. I was on Joao's stream, Big Brother stream, which was fun.
You were?
No twerking though, no twerking. So that's why I'm back here.
Nice.
See if maybe we can get some twerking Dory style. I don't know.
Maybe at some point. Maybe. You know, if I don't die, I will tell everybody I'm still sick. So there's that. So if you hear me chewing, I do apologize. You probably won't be able to hear me chewing because my mic. But just in case, I'll just give you a warning.
Yeah.
Yes, so we have President Loki coming in. As you guys can see, I've got him on the desk. I was going to bring Ahsoka back, but this figure's too good. I just enabled Anthony. I need to enable Butch. Someone else is going to get enabled by the end of the show. That's what's up. But I'm excited. I'm excited to see what y'all think of this last episode because I can see Mr. Producer in the chat, Often Studios. He says, I'm super excited on what you thought, Iron Logan being a non-Clone Wars and Rebels watcher. And I do have my information ready to go on what I thought of the episode, having not watched those. So I will definitely let you know, sir. That's you. And then we got Andre in the house.
Dismissing me.
Bro. Yeah, I just dismissed you. That's you. Done. Andre, channel member. What is up, Andre? Nice comment, guys, back in the house. Actually, he may even make an appearance later. Just putting that out there.
Cameo, a nice cameo.
He doesn't know what we're talking about, but he'll see. Often's apologizing for you, Anthony, here, I think. Apologies for our host, Anthony. He's probably trying to fix the audio on the 1/4 scale video. Get out of here. Someone messaged me on YouTube. Was that you under a different name, Often? I want to know. Telling me my audio is too quiet. Get out of here. Lukagi. It's ready to go. And thank you, sir. You know what I'm talking about. Keeping secrets. We're keeping secrets.
Yeah. He's keeping.
He's not saying a word. Yeah. And then everyone's just chatting. Oh, well, we got Mr. S Beam in the house.
Sleeping.
Just saw him pop up in there. What's going on? I want to know what y'all thought about this episode. Often does say ASMR Logan. Yeah, I will try. Okay, let's do it. One of you need to be collectors figure sometime. Oh, yes, on your show. Yes. Cool. Yes, I need to come back. It's been a while. It's been a long time. My working hours have changed a bit, though, S-Beam, so we'll have to message in the back so see if I can line it up. But you've been a channel member for 9 months. It's highlighted on the screen there. That's cool. That's cool.
Did you need a sound for that? Or maybe shoot him.
Sorry?
You need a sound for that.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, okay, let's go shooter. What's a good shooter? Yes. The perfect clip. That's the perfect clip for it. That's perfect. That's perfect. Oh, fantastic. Often it wasn't me, but I agreed. Damn you, Often. I feel like you set me up. Okay, what are you saying? Channel pretty awesome.
I don't know. Maybe
Butcher's in the house.
Figures. Maybe President Loki. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm just going to show Butch. I'm just soloing for a second. Butch.
The two figures, Doc Ock and.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what he's talking about. Kate B.
Butch, this is for you. He needs to be in your display.
Stop enabling Butch.
You're not even seeing him from a good angle here, too. And I'm telling you, Grail. Anyway, I'm excited. Anthony, let's just kick it off.
Yeah,
The
let's.
guys in the chat are going off. Let's not keep the audience waiting any longer. We kick back off with the guy who says "I told you so." Basically, I knew he was going to say "I told you so."
Oh,
We kick off.
speaking about a told show, last week I predicted white Ahsoka, so I called that, but you forgot.
You did call it. I did forget. He's like, I called it. In my mind, I'm like, did you?
Did you? Forgot all about that.
Damn it.
So, Yuang.
My apologies. Huang holding the helmet. He's all sad. I knew he was going to say, I told you so. I could see that coming a mile away.
Yeah.
But these guys get down. They didn't seem upset considering some of their friends just got blown up in their ships. But, that's okay.
True.
The guys who left to come help them, those guys that just died. Yeah. No one's sad about it, but that's okay.
Yeah. The juice is worth the squeeze.
Yeah. Where was Skarsgård? Thanks, S-Beam. Oh, poor Butch. I'm sorry, Butch. I'm going to spam you with
Mr.
photos.
Enabler.
I'm going to spam you, just so you know, with photos. President Loki is pretty good, says S-Beam. I just finished my shots for a showcase episode.
Cool,
Hell yeah. Boom. Well, I'm going to steal all your poses and claim them as mine, just so you know.
And then play the Hawkeye video. You know how we do.
Just stealing. So what did you think about the start of this episode? Because I don't know how you feel about it. We haven't really talked about it. I think you liked it, though. I think you liked it.
About the start, yeah. So about this one, I don't know what the next slide is. Is the next slide is already when they're gone? Or...
No, so this whole first 3 pictures is just basically
okay. So
these guys.
I kind of still don't like the casting of Hera because it's not a Hera. She just looked not like a worn-torn general vet. She looked more like a house mom than a general. So that's why I didn't cope with Hera well. Especially when she started to sense the lightsabers. Or is that the third slide?
Well, yeah, that next picks up with Ahsoka in the realm. So these I just put these 3 for this whole part.
Ah, yeah, okay. So Jason picks up the lightsaber sounds, lightsabers clashing with Ahsoka and Anakin. And that makes sense, right? Because he's the son of Kanan. And then he says, "Don't you hear him?" And Hera concentrates, and then she hears him as well. I really don't like that because I know it's the agenda, the story they're pushing now, that everyone can wield the Force, but some are more talented than others, obviously. But I kind of think they're overdoing it, and I know it's still George Lucas's story because he's the one that explained it, but it's a bit too much for me. I think they could have easily fixed it by Jason touching Hera, and then she would be able to hear it. And that would be like an easy fix, and then I would be able to go along with that. But Hera just concentrating and hear the lightsabers, that was a bit too much for me.
Could I add that maybe I don't think she did? I think we're hearing the lightsabers, and I felt like she was hearing crashing of waves and just believed her son. Like, I didn't actually even think that she did hear them, to be fair.
Yeah, I kind of...
Am I off on that?
And then I rewatched it, and I think she actually did hear it. It makes sense for the story.
I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah, it makes sense for the story they're trying to push, because they're pushing us to believe that everyone can use the Force, right? So, so I didn't like that. Other than that, I really love seeing Posung Young Lee being Carson Teva again. I just love his character.
So do I. I like him. I like him. He's a good, like, he's a Carlson. He can pop up everywhere. From Avengers, he's a Carlson. Yeah. He really can. I feel like he is. But yeah, I look. Other than what you just mentioned, I didn't pick. Me and Offen, apparently we didn't both pick up on her hearing that. But that's a good good observation by you, because I didn't notice that at all. I literally just thought she was just trusting him, and we, the audience, was listening. But it does kind of makes.
I rewatched it like 1.5 hours ago, and I was hoping that that was going to be it, but I don't think so.
Okay. Well, now you've ruined it for me. So thanks. Appreciate it. Cheers.
2 out of 5.
God damn this guy. God damn this guy.
Dude, it's eye for an eye. You make me buy President Loki again.
I didn't expect you to literally buy it within 10 seconds of me just telling you to
so
look
easy.
at this one thing. Fucking hell, you're easy.
You know how some people say they're on the fence? I'm literally on the fence. I'm perfectly balanced, so it just needs like a breeze, and it's fun. It's done.
Oh my god. Look, guys, I may cough a lot in this episode. I'm just warning you. So I'm going to play this every now and then, just so you know.
It's getting dark.
You know, I like the technical difficulties one.
Yeah.
I like that one as well.
I'm going to cough. When I do that, that's when I'm coughing. Okay. But then again, I'm not that quick to get there. So we'll see.
Yeah, oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Who made that one?
I think often you made that one, didn't you? Look, this is how bad my memory is. In my mind, I'm panicking because I'm like, who sent that to me again?
Dude, you need to tell who made it.
Ah, shit.
Damn. So you got sent one by Orphan and one by Lokage, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's right.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Correct me if I'm wrong, guys.
So maybe
Or
it's
ban
2
me
by
from the chat.
Lokage.
I don't know.
Dude, it's so bad.
Oh shit! Hang on.
It's getting dark.
You could go like to a Comic-Con and have something like signed by someone, and then you get home and you show it to someone and says, "Who signed it?" And you're like, "I don't know."
Oh shit! I guess the good thing is I'm gonna forget about you ruining her hearing the Force for me. So I appreciate that. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Okay, AJ. Oh man, you're making me work, AJ. Legend channel member says, "Hello, friends. I'll be listening as I drive back from my Ren Fest. It will be like an hour drive. Wow. So I'll be listening to you guys the whole drive. Oh, wow. I did want to say the episode was a 20 out of 5 stars. Boom. AJ's in
that's
the
a
house.
lot, dude. 20 out of 5.
That is awesome. Me and AJ, we just great minds think alike. Great minds think alike.
Oh, you were
thank you for listening to us
as well.
Well, I always have to be the highest scorer, so I guess I'm 21 out of 5.
True.
No, we'll get there. I'll let you know how I felt.
Yeah.
But thanks for listening, AJ, while you're driving. We will try to.
I think I was at a 4.5 out of 5, and I can tell you whether I have a point went.
Okay, I think I may already know.
Yeah.
But let's move on. So these guys are working in the background to find Ahsoka. I do have a question. How freaking long is she underwater for? That's something I want to know, because it felt like she was under the water for a long time.
Well,
FYI.
not Tom Cruise
Possibly.
long.
Okay, maybe not. But then we get to the realm. So I'm going to hand over to you here first, because I'm not as experienced with knowing what this realm is. I will just kick it off and say all the slides I've put together now are a lot of her and Anakin together. I'll just give you a sneak peek of the next one, going through this world. I love this type of storytelling. And there's many more things I loved about this, but I want to hear you kick it off and tell us a little bit of info maybe about this, if you can.
Yeah, so often just start typing Justice for the Fight, or maybe Justice for Hayden Christensen, because I loved seeing Hayden Christensen back. In the previous episode, I was kind of afraid they were going to do a bit CGI ish, which would look weird, because I thought he looked weird in the last episode. Now he looked perfect.
Yeah, I thought so.
So over here in the World Between Worlds, and also in the flashbacks. But I just loved seeing him, and what a redemption for this guy, dude. I mean, he was never
so good.
He was never like, he didn't. I don't know if he got a lot of backlash for his Anakin portrayal. I do know he got a lot of backlash for his voice, or the cadence in his voice. which made sense because he wanted to emulate James Earl Jones' voice, right? So he wanted to
Mhm.
make the transition between his voice and the one to Darth Vader seem more logical. And I think George Lucas said that was the way to go.
Mhm.
And this felt so free, right? Because he didn't have
Yeah.
to compete with James Earl Jones again, because now we had Clone Wars Anakin, and he didn't
Mhm.
talk anything like Hayden Christensen did in the prequels.
Mhm.
So I guess he felt freer to use like his normal voice, or he went more to the Clone Wars voice, and it sounded a lot better.
Mm.
It sounded really cool.
I
And his
did.
lightsaber fighting is still on point. Um,
Yeah, he's
I,
freaking good, man. He has
dude,
got
yeah,
skills.
yeah, dude. And I think, look, I think he did like hundreds of hours of lightsaber training under Nick Gillard for the prequels, and it
Mhm.
seems like muscle memory did its thing, and it just snapped right back, and it looked very, very sweet.
Mm.
The only downside of that is that Rosario Dawson's lightsaber combat didn't look that sweet compared to him. So I
Mm.
still think it would have been cooler
But
to
that's fair
have
enough,
like,
right? Because he's the better fighter, you'd think?
yeah, but it didn't even seem
I know
to
what
fit
you're saying.
Ahsoka,
Yeah,
to
I
be
know what you're
honest.
saying.
I think
Yeah, I know
baby
what you're
Ahsoka did a lot better. Baby Gamora did
saying.
a lot better.
Yeah.
Rihanna Greenblatt. So I was
She's
cool seeing
killing
her
it.
as Ahsoka. Dude, yeah. I would
Yeah.
have loved Ashley Eckstein as well, because I think she
Mm.
could have pulled off like a 14-year-old and a 16-year-old and 17-year-old Ahsoka. But she was
Mhm.
killing it. She did it
Yeah,
really
she
well. I
killed it.
think she did all her fighting herself, and it looked pretty good. Apart from
That's
like
cool.
a couple of moves, but it looked very cool. Um, as for this, um, Ahsoka is here, and we still don't know why she's in the world between worlds.
Mm.
You haven't seen Rebels, so you don't know about the Mortis Gods part.
Mhm.
But I already explained last week, right, that
Yeah.
she kind of united with the essence of the light side of the Force, the daughter. Um, so that is probably playing a role in why she is in the world between worlds. I'm not sure if she died and then came here, or if
Mhm.
she's on the brink of dying and then came here.
When he
But
says she
Anakin,
lost, and he's like, "You lost." I freaking
yeah,
love that line. Like,
yeah, you lost.
bro.
You don't know it,
Oh,
but you
bro.
lost. And
I love that.
I really love it because it's really fitting of the dynamic that Snips and Sky Guy had.
Mm.
He's telling her, "Oh, dude, you lost," and she's kind of being too proud to admit it or to remember it. And then Anakin
Yeah.
says, "Oh, you seem to remember it, so that's good. So now you have a chance to go back to your body." So it kind of seems that most people don't remember the shit and are not able to return to their bodies. She
Mm.
does, and so there's a chance that she can still live on. And Anakin says, "I'm going to complete your training." Now, that's a cool premise. It's just a cool premise
Yeah,
to
it really
be
is.
inside something else, and then complete your training.
Mhm.
I kind of feel that completing the training that is not complete is a bit too quick for me. If this is
Mhm.
completing the training, that's kind of, it felt like an hour, and then
Mm.
your training is complete. It might be that time passes differently over there, right? In the world between worlds,
Mm.
but I didn't let us as the viewer feel that time passed differently. It
No, they
just
didn't.
felt like half an hour or an hour. I mean,
Mm.
did you watch Dragon Ball Z when you were younger?
No,
Oh, okay. So
no.
they had like this thing, a hyperbolic time chamber, and time passed differently around there. I don't know. It was like a month is like a couple of years in there or something. So they
Mm. Okay.
trained for a couple of years in there, and then just a month would have been passed. And they showed
Mm.
that by showing how time passed for the others outside. So they could have just shown Hera and the others and time passing by with Ahsoka being in here. That would have
Mm.
been cool because it kind of felt that the training would have been more, um, well, just deeper or better. Now it was like a
Mm.
training of an hour, like a Scrooge training or something,
Well,
which
see, I
was
would counter that with I felt like it was training. The training was just her realizing that she wants to live. Because for me, this whole episode was a rebirth episode. Like, it was literally just about her deciding that she wants to live a certain way. That's what it felt like to me. It just
yeah,
felt like
it's
to me a
more.
rebirth.
yes, yes, a rebirth because it's Ahsoka the White now, but it's more than living. Look, before she was here, she was dragging along all her guilt, fear, anger, about Anakin leaving her, her leaving Anakin, and Anakin turning into Darth Vader. So what Anakin is telling her that is that yes, she needs to live, but it means that she needs to be fluid to a situation. Back when Anakin was a Jedi, they were just peacekeepers, and now they're actually warriors or generals. So now they need to lead. Um,
But she
and
didn't
with
want that.
leading a
That's
war,
what, that's what I feel
sorry.
like she didn't want that. I feel like she didn't want that. She doesn't
Yeah,
want
well,
that.
yeah,
That's
that's the problem. She didn't want it because it would mean that she would lose people.
yeah.
And she didn't. She let her grief, fear, anger, and regret just overtake everything, and it kind of numbed her. It
We'll
feels.
come back to that.
And Anakin was saying, I guess you need to her. She needs to live, and it kind of meant letting all that shit go. So remember, after this, before first you see the Ryloth, the Battle of Ryloth, then you see the Siege of
Someone come
Mandalore.
in.
Yeah, and here she's grieving for all the soldiers, the 501st that have died because of her. She had the command, and people died.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
I have
that's
a
the Siege of
point I want to
Mandalore.
make on that.
That's the Siege of Mandalore. In the Ryloth one,
Not
she just notices that the battle is battle. Um, things happen in battle.
yeah, she's
You'll get
grieving here
lost.
for this guy.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what?
And she, yeah.
No, you go. I'll come in
Oh,
after.
yeah. She needs to take up the mantle of a leader without being afraid to make mistakes, without blaming herself that bad things happen, because the blame is really wearing her down. Because the show was called Shadow Warrior, right? I think Shadow Warrior is like a reference to Kagemusha by Kira Kurosawa, which is a film where George Lucas was actually credited being an executive producer. I think for
Wow.
coughing up some money, but and it was also a guy that was put in a place of a guy that died because he was like a body double or a decoy, and he also had to make some hard decisions as the leader, and he lost some people in that war. So it's kind of that's the lesson she needs to learn, not be weighted down by it. And that's what you see also in Rosario Dawson acting. When you see her as I wanted to say Gandalf the White, but Ahsoka the White, she feels a lot lighter, literally. She
Yeah, she does.
smiles a lot, she makes jokes, she's just more
Because
snips.
it's because of this scene, I think, where she gets so upset at him for making a joke. She's like, how can you not be serious?
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
he gives it that conversation was so important to me because I feel
yeah,
like that was a big change for her. Because at the end, you can tell she's happy, she's accepted it. You know, she's lost Sabine, but she's still positive. She's gonna just see where it goes and try her best.
yeah,
I
yeah,
freaking love that, and that really came up in this conversation where she gets upset at him for being lied about that, and that's a great
yeah,
lesson that he teaches her there. I feel like she got a
yeah.
lot of training out of it. I really did. I feel like she got
Well,
a
she
lot
got a
out of it.
lesson out of it. She got a lesson out of it because Anakin literally says, "Oh, it's about that." So he means it's about Darth Vader. Because what we see is like an amalgamation of Ahsoka's projection of her history and maybe her projection of Anakin, or actually Anakin. I'm not sure about that because once she's accepted that it's not her fault that Anakin turned, that it's his own decision, but also that she shouldn't be held down by grief or remorse or whatever. You see,
You got to
like,
choose to live, and that's the whole point of you can let it weigh you down and not live, not
yeah,
be
and
your
and
best
when she
self, or you
chooses that,
can.
yeah, and when she chooses to live, then you see Anakin change back into Anakin again, into
Hmm.
the old memory she had of Anakin, instead of the Darth Vader memory of Anakin she had after fighting him in the temple. So this is also kind of a projection of her memory of Anakin, and that was
Yeah,
done very well, I think.
mate. I tell you what, like we'll get to the chats in a second because it's been a while since we touched on them, but I just
Yeah.
want to say this whole this entire sequence, yeah, like one of my favorite movies to give a preface is Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. And
Hmm.
that's a Jim Carrey movie where he's going through his thoughts and his memories as they're getting erased. This whole sequence reminded me moments of that, of a dreamscape of going from one scene to the next. Really reminded me of that, of just moments from that film, journey wise. Everything about this whole dream sequence, world, lesson learning is some of the favorite stuff I think I've seen in a show in a long time. I absolutely loved the way they made it look. These scenes here. I don't know what you guys thought about it, and I'll read your chats in a second. And I put these slides that often sent because it introduces characters and things like that. But the things that like this, when he's walking like that,
Oh, dude,
the
I want
way,
to say something about that.
bro, the way they filmed this, I was jizzing. I'm just like, ah! This is like, I love everything
that's
about
not
this.
good. Okay, so another reason why I needed to.
Oh, hang on a sec.
like,
Hang on a sec.
point-
Hang on a sec.
It's getting dark.
It's getting dark. Well, another reason why I need to deduct something of the 0.5 out of 5 is when you look at the clone troopers, the first guys that you see in the shot are very athletic. And then the longer it goes, and the more you see more of the couch potatoes like running in, and they're literally just dragging their armor on the battlefield, and you see like the shoulder pads flopping all over the place.
Oops.
Yeah, that got me out of it. But yeah, I love it. I loved it. This is for me, Andor aside, because Andor is like a different beast. But this is for me like the best Star Wars we've had since Disney.
Man, it's so good. Well, before we go any further on it, let's see what everyone's saying because we've got to go back a bit. I've found my way through back up to it. Andre said Hayden really makes the lightsaber look powerful. Rosario is terrible in fight scenes, in his opinion.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
think,
not
I don't
terrible,
feel
but
she's
not
terrible, but
good.
also, okay, I'm not a connoisseur, so I concede to that. Lukagi says when he made Ahsoka fall, I bet he whispered, "I have the high ground."
He should have.
He should have. He should have. Now, often says great visuals, but to me, being a non-cartoon watcher, it felt like fan service for shows I haven't seen. I don't know what the lesson was. Dress in white and talk to a whale. well, I think we're going to break that down for you, brother, because as I'm someone like you who hadn't watched the cartoons, for me, this was just, like I mentioned, reminded me of the Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. It's like a rebirth. She's going through basically through this lesson to see whether she wants to live or die. And becoming the White Ahsoka is letting go of all that grief, I feel like, and all that way down. Like, even her outfit kind of conveyed it. She's dark, she's grey, she's moody. Even her whole attitude since Mando has been pretty dark and moody. Those last sequences of just the facial expressions she made really sent it through to me that she has had a change. And I felt like Rosario Dawson did a great job of showing that she's had a rebirth just in those small moments. And I feel like we're going to see that more as the next episodes go on.
For me, the most beautiful example of her rebirth is actually Hayden Christensen. So when after she defeats Darkside Anakin, just the sequence of him turning back to Lightside Anakin, that for me is the best example of Ahsoka turning or shedding all her weight of her fear and resentment and things. And also, I didn't mention it, but I love the difference between the Battle of Ryloth and Siege of Mandalore. First, she's like the Snips with the brown outfit, and later on, it's like 3 years later, and you see that she's more proficient in battle, and she needs other things.
Just the way just the filming of these scenes, guys. Like these two shots here, right? When you see this, you're seeing it from her perspective, basically watching her hero, her mentor, walk off in front of her. And then you see this, and that's like the terror of her guilt and grief of what he becomes, like what she's kind of like seeing that in him here is the impression I got as well. Like seeing, oh mate, just everything about that was so freaking cool. I actually need to add more slides, so we'll just catch up on these other ones. Often City was watching it at 2 a.m, so that can definitely affect how you're taking the show in. The lesson was all must watch Clone Wars.
Yeah, so, and all Tales of Jedi, but we'll get to that.
Yeah. The Clone Wars scene were beautiful. I would love a series of live action Clone Wars episodes, says Andre.
Who wouldn't?
Didn't watch Dragon Ball Z. Respect, lost. Oops. That would have been that's when I would have been young, right? Like when I was young, I didn't watch as much. I was more
Yeah, but they're like
balling on the
reruns all
courts,
over.
breaking ankles.
And they rehash it all the time.
Yeah, a wise king never sees our war, but he must always be ready for it.
Yeah.
Says often.
What was that again?
Was that what he was saying? No, I don't know.
Which move was
Let
that
us know.
again?
Yeah, I don't know.
Dude, which one was it again?
The Mandalore bit. So were they killing Mandalorians with Gideon? Sorry, the Mandalore bit.
No, this is the Siege of Mandalore. So this is killing Mandalorians with Gideon. Well, those were the Mandalorians. So Darth Maul was in charge of the Mandalorians when he got the lightsaber, and that's when Death Watch broke off. So they were actually fighting them. I don't know if it was with Moff Gideon. I don't think so. I don't know.
Interesting. Well, Andre says young Ahsoka was much better at showing emotion. Now, I'm going to make a call and say I think that she was better at showing emotion, but I think that's where Ahsoka's going to be from now on.
Yeah.
I feel like that this whole up until now was her lost in a way. And this episode is her way of getting out of that.
Yeah, she was a lot better at lightsaber combat, to be honest.
Yeah. And better at emotion. She was more emotional then. I felt like the older her is a one filled with grief and everything.
True.
You know, if they had given us more info into why she felt like that before this moment, maybe that would have been better context for everybody. But I could tell after seeing it now. I could tell.
Yeah.
In hindsight, sorry. Collector Joy, thanks for being here, brother. Andre, to be fair, Rosario is a great actor. Must be the direction, says often.
Well, I think her emotions were fine because I think she's playing Ahsoka like just as she needs to play Ahsoka. You'll see a lot more emotion from now on, her being Ahsoka White. It's just that her lightsaber combat is not as good as Hayden Christensen. But Hayden Christensen's just really good at it for an actor. But he also had very good and very long training from Nick Gillard. So so you couldn't expect Rosario Dawson to do as well. That's why I just would have preferred like a body double for that. But her acting is I don't have any complaints about her acting.
Andre says, I know she can be great. I don't think she's playing Ahsoka quite right, though. I think she will now. I think what you're thinking, she will now.
Yeah. So my problem, I was thinking when I was rewatching. I just do. So
Boom.
the problem is when I see Hayden Christensen, I see Anakin. When I see Baby Gamora, I see Ahsoka. When I see Rosario Dawson, I see Rosario Dawson. And I don't think it's because of her acting. I think it's because we've seen her in so many things that she's such a character that I just see Rosario Dawson. And then I need to think, oh yeah, it's Ahsoka.
Yeah. She's too too recognizable to you, maybe.
Yeah, too iconic, maybe.
Well, thanks. I love that, Joey. We both did. I would have loved to have made the what? Ahsoka comp? You saying Ahsoka? I don't know what. I don't know what you're saying often. What you saying, bro? What you talking about, bro? Justice for the G's.
Justice for the G's.
They know what this stuff says.
The Ahsoka comp.
Yeah.
Dude, no.
What is grief if not love persevering? That's
WandaVision, right?
No, that's WandaVision, yeah. TK Magic Shop, what's up? Thanks for being here. Wish they made Battlefront 3 already. That could be like that, right? Evangeline in the house too. Hey, yo, this was a rare 10 out of 10 episode for me. Whoa, coming in big. Swanging. Imagine heroes versus villains with all the updated characters, says TK Magic Shop. Just the way they filmed it, I loved this shit. I think we're all caught up. Okay, good. So often saying, what else did he say? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Boom. I'm just going to add the new pictures, guys. 2 seconds.
Dude, I need to have this as a desktop. Look at that.
I know. It's so cool.
Dude, even the music cooler was the after this Anakin turns to Dark Anakin and he's attacking Ahsoka. And then you see like the little flickering of Darth Vader. That was a cool scene. Yeah.
Those bits were so good. I think I've got some of those pictures actually, so we'll just get the first one up. So this is where they're having the conversation in the Siege of Mandalore, pretty sure. What were
There's
they
a
talking about
CGI
in
guy.
this exact
So,
moment?
so the so the fun thing is that, and that's why I'm saying this is like a projection. Ahsoka is steering where this lesson is going, or I mean the location, because
Mm,
Anakin says, "I don't remember this because he wasn't."
that's right. That's right. He does.
So here she's already a warrior because she stepped on everyone. And this was about Anakin turning to the dark side. So this is when
Mm,
he Sparta kicks her back into the world between worlds.
he
Sparta
does,
kick was awesome.
which was awesome.
Yeah.
It
And
was
I
awesome.
also, if you rewatch this because you really like lightsaber combat, the way that Hayden Christensen steps into the combat, yes, it's exactly this. He does it twice. The way that he
Mm,
steps into it is like really deceptive speed wise because it's slow and then quick.
mm.
He really leans into it and then he steps in it. Oh, dude, it's awesome.
Oh no, did I miss something? You didn't use the Dango Unchained. I'm sorry, often.
Which one? Which one?
I don't
What did
know.
you?
I'm like I don't even remember. God damn it. Automatically deducted 1 point because no shin. That was that was sad. That was sad. I love it when his saber turned red, like, and you knew
Yeah.
it was going another route. Again, just the way they tell the story of her going through this lesson, I just felt like it was so great. And when I think from here he Sparta kicks her, and then you get the flick. This doesn't change quick enough, but you get from that
Dude,
to
yeah,
where he's
this
Vader
was so
again, bro.
cool. This was so cool.
It's like all her fear. She has so much fear about this moment. Like she has so much fear about him turning into Darth Vader. That's what I took. Again, as someone who hadn't seen those, I can honestly say for me and Lani, when we were watching it, we felt like we really learnt. This was the episode where we learnt so much about Ahsoka. I
Hmm.
felt like this was the most we've had to look at of the actual titular character was this episode,
Oh
was
yeah,
her
true.
coming over
True,
this
true, true.
grief. Like I could,
Yeah.
like this was the episode I'd been waiting for. I wanted, okay, we're seeing into Sabine, we're seeing all this awesome shit happening, but I want to learn more about Ahsoka, and I felt like they gave that to me as a first time viewer to more of her story. And I don't know about Joey, because Joey, if you're still here in the chat, you're much like myself, and often I don't think you've seen the Rebels and all that stuff, right? I think you're pretty new to Star Wars as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, but
Yeah. So
did
if
you
you
get that
haven't,
as well?
oh sorry. Yeah. So if you haven't seen Rebels, the ironic thing about this is that we're here in the world between worlds,
Hmm.
and Ahsoka is seeing Anakin change into Darth Vader. Now, the last
Yeah.
time that Ahsoka had seen Anakin was in Rebels.
Hmm.
And she found out at that fight that Darth Vader was Anakin.
Hmm.
Just like Obi-Wan, she cut half of his mask off and then she saw Anakin. So she's still traumatized by that. So this is
Mm.
actually the first time seeing him again. So it makes sense that he turns to Darth Vader and she's still feared and
Mm. But even as someone who
overwhelmed.
hadn't seen that, I still had the overwhelming feeling of it reflected to me her fear of also being a leader. Sorry, being a teacher to Sabine, because he's like, he tells her being a teacher is not all it's cracked up to be. Do you even want
Yeah,
a
yeah,
Padawan? I love that stuff because I feel
yeah,
like that's thoughts that are in her mind that she's also going through. She's just started to take Sabine under her wing again, and then she loses her. Well, she doesn't even know what's happened to her at the moment. So I feel like I got so much out of that, and I feel like they
yeah.
they gave us that, even not knowing that background. Still came away from the episode, or someone like Lani can still came away from this episode of she had all this fear of her mentor and what happened to him that she carried that we feel like has affected her with her current Padawan. And this is a rebirth of her letting go of all that trauma and everything that happened and the regret. That's what we took away
Yeah,
from it
yeah,
without
yeah,
even seeing
yeah.
that other shit. So that's why I feel
That's
like
it.
they did such a good job of it,
Yeah,
of
and the
like
fun
giving
thing
that
is
to
that
us.
when you see Clone Wars and when you see the way Anakin and Ahsoka are, especially the Snips and Sky Guy part, like in the beginning, like the Battle of Ryloth,
Mm,
um, everything from the Clone Wars comes back because the dynamic is exactly the same as it
mm,
was in animated. So that's really cool. It's like
mm,
when you've seen Guardians of the Galaxy 3, um, after you've seen it, go watch 1 or 2, and then you look at
mm,
Rocket in a different way because you get his backstory like flashed
definitely.
to your brain at the same time. And that's what happens here. So it's done really well.
Mm. Yeah, I just I thought it was done so well. Lukagi says, if you listen closely to the waves, you hear Shin. Oh, we're definitely going to see more of Shin. I cannot wait for that.
Dude, yeah.
ASW, a clip, Ahsoka fight, Maul on roof, struts. That's about it.
Oh?
I think that's what he's seen previously from
Hmm.
the cartoons. If you hear anything,
Oh, okay.
John and I can't hear it. Only what? Lukagi, you only hear it if you're Anthony. John and I can't hear it. We can't hear it.
Bastard.
This scene as well, I thought was really cool. This is where she overcomes him, and the fact that his eyes are red. Now, I saw someone online say when you see her picture, you see her eyes look red, but I think it could just
Yeah.
be the reflection of the
It's a
lightsaber, right?
reflection. I think people just need to adjust still to the fact that they're using new lightsabers since the Obi-Wan series. So since the Obi-Wan series, they're using lightsabers that actually reflect light. And in Obi-Wan, people were saying that
Yeah.
Anakin's eyes turned blue for a bit, but it was just Obi-Wan's
And I think they
saber,
look cool.
Yeah, it did. And over here, because it's also thicker, which is also cool. And over here, when you look at it closely, you see
Yeah.
Ahsoka leaning into the saber, and it's just reflection. I would have been
I feel like
fine
it's
if
just
she
reflection.
actually had red eyes, but it was just reflection.
I feel like it was just reflection.
Yeah.
Huffin says my fingers can't type as quick as I'm thinking. That happens to me all the time, actually, as well. When I'm trying to write something, I can never write. My brain works faster than my hands can move. Okay, so we're actually nearly through all the slides. We've only got like 4 or 5 left.
Cool.
I've put this one in because I know this was your favorite part of the show. So I think this, if you want to kick off why you loved this moment so much, but I just
No.
want to preface it by letting everybody know that that's Mando right there. That's Brandon Wayne.
Yeah, so they rescued
FYI,
Ahsoka.
fun fact. Yeah.
Who was in the
So
water?
they rescued Ahsoka. Yeah, she was underwater. How long for? We don't know. I think she also had the fear that her path would be the same as her master's. Oh, good point, Evangeline. Especially after Balin said to her, "What did he say about her?
Yeah,
Everything
he
about
said
being
so.
death
Your
and
your
destruction, like
legacy
your
as your
master."
master is one of death and decay. So that's exactly. I forgot to tell that. Yeah, because this scene also made Baden's skull cooler because we kind of guessed that Baden's skull was reading Sabine's mind, but he's also been reading Ahsoka's mind, just to fuck her bit up in battle a bit. So he felt that she was struggling with her doubt and fear, that she would become the same as her master. And he called her out. And now she's just set free of it.
Yeah, really, you can really tell she let go of it.
Yeah.
She must have been there a while as it's dark now. Yeah, for sure. But you know,
So I
we let
also
that
love
go.
the fact that the guy's just standing on the platform and he's waiting for his girl
I knew
colleague
it.
to save Ahsoka.
I knew.
Yeah, you go ahead and jump in the water. I'll see you over here. I'll pull you
Yeah,
guys
that's a
out.
smart play. That's a
It
smart
is.
play.
It is, dude.
Yeah, that's a smart play. Ah, you wanted to be like that? Do it then. You go.
Yeah. So he's
You do it.
like, it's 9 ABY now. We're emancipated.
Good old Mando. And I threw this one in because it's always good to see him on Mothma. But this, I felt like as well, Hera and that whole story arc of them on the outside looking for them. I thought they still got some good shine in the episode too. I felt, look, I'm fine with Hera because I have
Jason
nothing
God.
to compare it. Yeah, Jason. I loved Huang saying, in a moment when he gets some more screen time and Huang takes Jason off to look at the ship and he's
Yeah.
like, will you train me? And he's like, no.
Yeah, so-
Can you build a
okay.
lightsaber? No.
Yeah, so the cool
love
thing is that, well, I'll talk about that when we talk about the Purgle and the rest. But yeah. So don't you think that Hera doesn't look like a general who's been in like several wars and been like the leader of a resistance crew?
She's
making
very
all the
pretty
tough
looking for
calls.
like an alien. Yeah, she does feel like very more just like, I don't know if that
If
that
you
even
would have put
makes
Zoe
sense when I'm
Saldana
saying
in
that.
Hera's suit, it would have made a lot more sense because she feels like she's badass and she'll make the the hard calls,
Mm,
and like she's a general and she's used to being
true.
in wars. And this one, she just doesn't.
She feels very I'm trying to
Dainty.
think of the word. Yeah, too pretty almost. Too nice, too kind, very
Yeah,
kind.
yeah.
But I actually quite like that again because I have nothing to compare it to. I think
Mhm.
she's quite motherly, level-headed type character. That's the impression that I get. I
Yeah.
don't know. I've enjoyed her. I've enjoyed her as the character, to be fair.
Mm.
But
She is a
again,
real
that's just
mom.
me
She looks
saying
like a
that as
mom.
some.
She
Yeah,
looks
she's
like
like
a
a mum.
mom.
The way she talked to Jason as well when oh God, what's Paul Sung Lee's character's name again? God damn it,
Tiva. Carlson Tiva.
Tiva. When Tiva's talking to her and Jason's talking to her, that's such a parent moment. You got
Yeah,
two people
true.
talking to you, and she turns around at him. And she's just like, "I am listening." I actually really
Yeah.
loved that.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
loved
she's
her
perfect
acting
for
in that
that.
because,
She's perfect for that
yeah,
part
I
too.
thought she was great at that.
Yeah. I
I
also love
thought
the
that was
fact that
cool.
she's just bringing her kid to possibly enemy territory. It's like bring your kid to
Yeah.
possible enemy territory today.
Just have a run around, but don't go too far away. Yeah, yeah. She's got a gun out, but yeah, go and have a run around, no problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually I quite like that moment. But I'm trying to remember. She's talking to Mon Mothma, all hail
Yeah.
Mon Mothma. She's talking to her here about what's going on, and they still can't help it because she doesn't
There's
have
no
anything
proof.
yet.
There's no
There's no
proof that
proof yet.
they're actually
That's right. I've only got 3 slides left, and it's all of Ahsoka. So we'll just quickly check the chat and see what these guys are saying. So that was Often's last chat. Hera has been wasted
Yeah,
so far.
true.
See, I don't
True.
know. For me, again, I've just enjoyed what I've seen from her. I think she's playing the only role that they have time to give her with everything they're doing. Jason Todd is going to get kidnapped by the Joker. Oh, wait. Actually, I can finally use this one again. This actually, if I can fucking be fast enough. God damn it.
You're not fast enough.
I can't.
But-
I'm not fucking fast enough. God damn it. Just watch this while I find it.
I understood that reference.
Yeah, we need to have that one at least 3 times each episode.
Yeah.
Trash.
I actually did understand the Jason Todd reference. So there you go.
Trash.
She would be Gamora, not Hera. She would. Andre says, listen, really listen. Do you hear it? Sounds like Iron Logan. Nope, can't hear anything. God damn it. Wait, that muffled sound like a drowning mono voice. I hear it. Lukagi. Often make another sweep of the coast. Fuck you, Andre.
Go really, really low.
Oh, that's hot.
Ah, that's hot.
I'll give you that one. But you know what? I also think your comment was
Trash.
Dude, yes, he's going to ask for royalties.
too slow often, Carson Diva. Too slow. Too much more so like me too slow looking at it.
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
like how Mando brings a baby
But at
everywhere
least it's
too.
Grogu. At least it's Grogu.
Yeah. Come on. It's Grogu. Nothing on my side, Andre.
Okay.
What? I can't hear it. The world between worlds must be made by some manufacturer. The same manufacturer as John's mic. God damn it. Has my mic cut out this episode? Huh?
I think in the beginning a little bit, and after that it was fine.
God damn it. Understood, boys. All right. Wrap it up and come back home. Fuck you guys. Copy. Fuck you guys. Sorry, I couldn't hear you over all the drowning. Ah! Get to the chopper. Okay, so then we get to the next bit. The next one is boom. She's rebirthed. I skipped some slides here because it was
Scan that
hard
to
to.
Ahsoka
Yeah.
the White.
Just when we didn't think we would have to get another Ahsoka figure, they hit us
Dude,
with
I told
this.
you. I told you.
Bro.
We had the
And you
scene
know
in
I'm
Rebels.
going to get it.
Yeah, we
God
had the
damn
scene in Rebels with the mural, and you have Ahsoka the White. Yeah, we knew that was going to come. So
I did not expect it, but yeah, obviously, surely this is coming. Hands up in the chat if you already have the other Ahsoka. Would you get this one? Look. You don't even need to ask me and Anthony. We're pathetic. Of course, we're going to. I literally
Bloody
took me 10 seconds to convince Anthony to to spend like God knows how much money in literal seconds. We meet up backstage. I just cancelled
Yeah,
President
so
Loki. Oh, really?
okay,
Why
to
not?
be honest,
Look at this. Okay, I just bought it.
okay, got it. Um, I
Oh.
hope I won't get her. So I really hope that we don't get any cool accessories. If we get like the staff and Morai, then I think I'll be sold. But or maybe
We're gonna
USB
get something.
lightsabers. Uh, eh,
USB lightsaber. I mean, I don't know how they could improve the figure in general, other than maybe the
USB lightsaber.
mobility of the head, USB lightsabers. Other than that, or maybe a better mobility
Better
for the
cape.
neck and the
Better
head.
cape. Better cape.
Because the original figure is pretty fucking good.
Yeah,
I
it
will
is.
say it's pretty good.
Better
It's
cape.
pretty damn good. Better cape could be, yeah. Well, look, the white would look epic. Imagine, I think it would look epic. I think it's going to look epic.
Maybe get like a Purgle
Anyway, she
accessory.
gets out. Yeah, that would be cool. This moment, the music, the build up, this whole last sequence, the way they did the music, the way he filmed it, it was magical. It really, I thought it was magical. What did you think of these final moments,
Huh.
especially like this
Okay,
scene?
so
Right.
that's a bit
Right.
ironic because this is like the third reason why I needed to deduct a 0.5 out of 5. Because
Get out.
story-wise,
Get
you
the
need to set up
out.
beast control. Because we haven't had Ahsoka communicate with Purgle before.
Mm-hmm.
You've, to be honest, if you didn't watch Tales of the Jedi, I think
Mm-hmm.
there has never been in the series or in the movies an instance where Ahsoka talked to beasts before. So,
Grogu. Boom.
well, yeah, to Grogu. But I think
Boom.
you'll need to set this up in this series as well, right?
Hang on. Sorry. You know it. I'm sorry. You know what we do.
Grogu's not a beast, dude.
Grogu. He's a
Because
beast. He's a
I like
beast.
he's a beast. So I like the fact that you know when you had the half of the map and she used psychometry on that, where you have like the memories or anything the map had come in contact to with. So that's how she knew where Sabine went. They set it up in episode 1 when she was touching the pillar. So then you know she has the skill, and then you use it later on. I think you needed to set this one up as well for have it made sense. Other than
I'm
that,
going to argue
it was
this
fine.
point. I'm going to argue this point with you. But first, you know what we do.
Welcome.
Do that. I have to do that for Renz. He's in the house. See, I would argue that having seen Tales of the Jedi, I didn't even think about that in this moment, though. To be fair, you just made me think of it then. I thought that because of her rebirth, this is like we need to make this is like a do or die moment. You're either going to do this and get to Sabine or it's not going to happen. And even when she gets in the ship, she's like, let's just see what happens. I felt like that was very plausible that she had that ability to communicate with the Purgle like that. I don't know. See, yeah, I didn't see it as my mind wasn't thinking, oh, she shouldn't be able to do this because we haven't seen it. My mind was thinking, this is their only option. She's just given it a go, and let's see what happens. Did anyone else feel like that?
That's lazy writing. And I kind of
That
think
is their only
that,
option.
Yeah, well, I kind of think that they would have thought of a scene to actually set it up because they know how to make movies and series. But just because of time, they had to cut it. I think that's what I think.
Oh, no, see, yeah, I didn't think that at all. I
So
really just
what
thought
you
that she's going for it. You know, she's just going to see. She knows that they
no,
can
that's
travel.
dumb writing. That's dumb writing because it's as a viewer, I don't need to know like a character flaw of someone like Sabine not taking any orders. I didn't need setup. Like Sabine not taking any orders, they set that up, and then she didn't, and it makes sense. And with ability, it's the same thing. They're setting up Jason to become like force sensitive and train, and they're giving us that in different episodes, and they're already saying that Yuang has like a database of all lightsabers, so it'll make sense when Jace gets a lightsaber, or else it wouldn't have made sense. So just set it up, and it would have been very easy to do, right? Just put like a scene in there. But Tales of Jedi kind of set it up if you've seen it.
Yeah, and that's kind of how I took it. I don't know. Yeah, I didn't think about that. I didn't think about that at all. To be fair, Andre says,
Instruct
"Boom, instant."
friends.
That's what he does. Now, often says it's hacky figure posing channel. Someone said that's what Shanks used. I don't know what it is. No spoilers. I have no idea what you're saying.
One Piece.
To be fair,
One
uh,
Piece.
I nearly put that on the other day. I will eventually watch
dude,
it.
it's
I
funny,
already
it's
know.
funny.
I've decided.
You
Do you
really get the
remember when
spirit of
Dory?
chasing your dreams when you watch One Piece, so that's cool.
Really? That's cool. Okay, that you've sold me. I will watch it. Do you remember when Dory spoke whale in Finding Nemo? I was waiting for Ahsoka to do that. Maybe she did. Look at him. Look at this. The artiste. My voice is too sore to even try and make that loud sound right now. Often agreed with me. Of course he did, because you're champions. If Ezra
He's
can
just
do
playing
it,
that
then
twice
so can
because
I.
he agreed with you.
Yep.
Yeah, so
that-
like with Ezra, in Rebels they spent so much time teaching Ezra or showing that Ezra has beast control, and that's not like his unique selling point. He's extremely good at that, right? And he was learned by Kanan. So no, they could have spent more time on it.
Okay, I'm going to throw a spanner in the works.
Do it.
Now, I've been rewatching the original trilogy again. I just watched
Dude.
A New Hope, and then I rewatched The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah.
In The Empire Strikes Back, before he does his training with Yoda, he's caught and he's hung upside down in the cave, and he manages to summon the lightsaber to him. I would then say he hasn't had enough training for that, and they didn't set that up enough. You could say the same thing about many different scenes, I feel like, in all the movies. You know, he's in this tough situation.
Yeah, but it's
he's
a
gonna
really
die.
old movie. You know, things advance.
Yeah.
People know how to make movies now.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to talk about things not being earned, there's tons of stuff in those movies that aren't earned in the storytelling. They just magically get these skills or do these things. So I feel like something like this is the same type of thing. Like, because I've seen people say that it's not a Star Wars or whatever, but it is Star Wars to me. I think, like, we see her
This is ultra Star Wars.
ultra Star Wars, right?
Yeah,
Anyway, that's
yeah.
just the spanner I was thinking of. Because in that, I'm like, oh, well, he hasn't done that much training, and now he's fucking summoning a lightsaber to him. Everyone wants
He's
to
a
talk about
Skywalker.
things happening too quickly. But I see, well, she's Ahsoka.
Yeah,
Come
but
on
you
now.
know, as everything, not only movie run, but everything progresses with time. And those movies are so old, and people just know how to write movies and series now.
Yeah, well, you would think. You would think. I don't know.
I think they knew, but it's just time, I think.
This is all Filoni, who's Lucas Padawan, lol. So all the usual. What? Yeah, all the usual. He doesn't know. I feel like Charlie was writing this one off, and what are you doing to me? Oh, sorry, I got.
Charlie's a legend, dude.
I'm sorry.
It's getting dark.
Damn. That he remembers.
I remember. I thought the burger was just.
Oh damn!
All right, jump in, lady. Num num. I love
Nom,
that.
nom, 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 nom,
I love that, Lukaku. I love that. Oh shit! You're making my chest hurt. See, often agrees exactly. Butch says, "Wow,
dude,
I
you're going
love
to
to
kill me."
always rewatch the episode after listening to Anthony's
Oh.
analysis of the episode. Thanks for making me think, bro."
Oh, thanks, dude.
There you go. Oh shit. Everyone holds the OT like some religious texts, but it really wasn't all that. Oh shit! Often watch yourself.
Oh.
Shit, he's going to get himself killed. Play the roasted clip. I'll do it. Just...
Oh, that's hot.
Yeah, we need Charlie. We need to make Charlie like a moderator as well. So like often can do the pictures and
Get
Charlie can do the
confused.
effing comments.
he's too good. That Luke sense made sense to me. It was a desperate situation, starting to embrace the Force. I don't know. That Charlie comment made me lose track of my thought. Well, see, it was it was a desperate situation for Luke, right? It was a desperate situation, and I'll take it. But to me, this is also desperate for uh, Ahsoka because she is assuming that Sabine has been taken by them, and she's just had gone through this whole journey about now she's I'm thinking going to commit to training her Padawan better and train her to also fight and be a peacekeeper is what I'm thinking. So I feel like this is her. Like this is their only. They made it clear this is the only way they're going to be able to find where they went, and she doesn't even know if it's going to work because when she gets back in, she's like, "We'll just see where it goes." Look. I bought into it. I bought into it. Sold. Charlie's Unforgettable Man. What a gem he is.
Yeah, I miss Charlie.
Justice for the words.
Just
Justice for the words. Well, that was our last slide. Look, let's give our ratings, guys, and any other thoughts, throw them in the chat now before we wrap it up. So we blitzed through that. You need a Last of Us style bunker. All the Star Wars fans coming at you like clickers. They'll be coming for often. I'm probably gonna watch the last one today. What's the last one called again? God damn it! Return of the Jedi. Yeah. The
6,
last
you mean?
original trilogy. Episode 6, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch that. Probably watch that today. We're all sick in my household at the moment, unfortunately, so we're just gonna chill.
This account is no longer active.
No longer active. Andre's rating 4 out of 5 Charlies. Bolin.
4.5 out of 5 for me.
4.5 out of 5. 4.5 5 for Anthony. I'm gonna give it a 4.6. 4.6.
Bro!
Yeah.
You need to top the 0.5. I know. It makes sense.
Yeah, you know how I do.
You know
Often
how
says
we
a
do.
3. He says
Damn,
3.
Often. That's a 6
Damn.
out of 10.
That is a 6 out of 10. Look, I also rate my shows not just on the story, but the visuals, the filming, the music, moments like that stick out to me because I'm a very visual person. I love looking at pretty looking things. So like all the scenes like this, things like this, combine that with the music, combine that, those things for me make rewatchability even more so because I love looking at it, like and how I feel when I see those moments. It's stuff like that I also put into why I love stuff. Not just where the story's going. It's a lot of how it looks and all that other stuff as well for me. So that's why I'll go 4.6, even close to a 5. It's hard to top the episode before, but they're both great for different reasons. This was the episode I felt I needed as a viewer to learn more about Ahsoka. And this is also, and the episode before that was just epic because it was epic. All the fights, all that stuff.
Because there was Shin.
There was Shin. There was Balin and Shin were the stars of that other episode.
Yeah.
And Ahsoka got to shine in this episode. And actually, Anakin, Hayden Christensen, got to shine. He was amazing in this episode. He was so amazing.
Yeah.
Even Lukaki agrees. I'm a Vader simp, so 10 out of 10 for Anakin Vader edits alone. Yeah. Andre often says, Andre, we still have time.
For your mic to drop out.
Oh, are you kidding? I didn't see that. Damn it. Mike didn't fall once this week. What witchcraft is this? You know what I think it is? Honestly, I've tried to sit extremely close to the front of the mic. I've tried not to move at all because a lot of the times, like I'll move around and like you said, I think it might drop out. So I've really tried to focus on not moving as much as I can.
It's working.
So there you go. I think that's what it might actually be. I think this mic will drop out as soon as I move away. What were those Mandalorians? Oh, Anthony, do you want to explain the ones with the horns? Is that the one you're talking about?
When was that? Was it during the siege of Mandalorian?
During the siege, I think. Yeah, where one shoots at her, I think, and she uses her...
so during the siege of Mandalorian, it's Ahsoka fighting with the 501st and the 332nd against the Mandalorian. So it's like the time era of the Mandalores, or when Maul was ruling Mandalore and when he had the Darksaber.
Yeah, okay.
So it's that period.
Yeah. Nonetheless, I love that. I love that part. And those guys look cool. What do you think about seeing Captain Rex and all that in live action?
Dude, that was cool. Just hearing Tamura Morrison was pretty cool. But like I said, the first few troopers looked pretty athletic. And then came like the Humpty Bunch afterwards.
You
I
judgy,
did.
judgy
And
figure
they
posing
should be
channel.
tight, right? But it looked a bit weird with the flapping shoulder guards.
Maybe they were like the backups. They're definitely the backups.
Yeah.
Maul had the dark saber.
Yeah.
Interesting. Often also said, to be honest, Iron Logan, it's if you're far, it's probably the noise cancelling that makes it cut out. Yeah, I think that's what it was. To be fair,
Yeah.
I'd always sit further back before, so I've been trying that, sitting closer. Andre loved it. I think Andre's talking about he loved my mic. He loved all my points I made today. I think he loved my pose here of Loki. I think he appreciate you, Andre. Butch, if you're still here, you have to get this Loki. I'm just putting it out there. Look, you get a
Yeah,
crocodile.
he already
get an
convinced
alligator.
me. Yeah,
Do it.
Yeah. So
You want the alligator. Come on. Come on.
the classic Loki already had an alligator, so now I have two.
Yeah, with this one, his mouth opens and his tail bends. Come on. Come on.
Look at the pose.
Oh, shit. Oh, Butch is still here. Andre is very polite today. Very positive today. He's been such a nice guy. You're lying, no good son of a nerve hoarder. Butch says 4 out of 5 for me. Okay, John, when can I expect a new Loki showcase? Well, as we wrap up, I'll start it off. I'm
Cool.
just started working on the shelf showcase with Loki. So I've got 3 Lokis now. I've got the President Loki, TVA Loki, and the Endgame Loki on the throne. Because I love the throne pose so much, I'm not changing that. So this video is going to be me working out how to display President Loki and TVA Loki on either side of the Loki I have on the throne for like an epic Loki display. So it's going to be maybe 4 or 5 poses where I'd change up the poses on President Loki and TVA Loki to see which poses work better on either side of the throne. So that is
Stop
going to be
giving
my
me
next
ideas,
video,
dude.
Butch.
Stop
Bro,
giving me.
I'm telling
Now
you.
Now I'm thinking I'm getting out all the Lokis I have and then doing like a turntable
A collage.
thing. Yeah.
Yes.
Hell.
I'm telling you. And I'm going to use the throne. I've got this idea. I want to have Loki, this one, leaning on the side of the throne, like he's pointing and laughing, like they're having a conversation. Like this different face sculpt is opening up so many different pose ideas.
What
I'm
are you
telling
doing?
you. Yeah. So Butch, it's coming your way. Trust me. I've just started.
And S-Beam also said that he had Loki.
He did.
going on.
He does. So go check out S-Beam's episode on that, as well as check out all these bloody stop motion. He's been killing it.
Cool.
Ock is coming. Ock and Electro. Well, maybe I've pre-ordered them, so maybe a couple of months, but they are coming.
Yeah. Me too.
I will have the whole No Way Home line. I've already committed. That whole top shelf is going to be from Spider-Man Homecoming to No Way Home. So
Cool.
that is one thing I've committed to. And what was the show you mentioned?
I think
on
it's
British
called
Stream?
Collectors Unite, and it's on Thursdays.
Mhm.
And it's fun. With
Helen's
Joao-
on there, so it's you, Helen. The other gentleman's
Joao and
funny as
Christian.
well.
Yeah,
Christian,
Christian
yes.
and Joao. Which is pretty cool because Joao is in China, Christian is Korea, I'm in the Netherlands, and Helen is Aussie, of course.
Yes. Where you guys nominated me to be the Aussie Jedi, I think that's amazing. Australian Jedi. So
yeah,
I think
I
I'm
don't
going to
know
have
how
to get
that
myself a
came about,
lightsaber.
I don't know how that came about.
I don't
I don't
know.
know that's like a
I'm gonna go back
prerequisite to have like a
rewatch.
failing mic as a Jedi. I don't know what it was.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. Well, I'm going to get a mic. A mic. No, I've got a mic. I'm going to get a lightsaber, and I'm going to get a cloak, and I'm going to become a Jedi. So, just putting that out there. Jedi John, Jedi Logan.
Yeah. So and
I'm going to
you
have
won't hold
3 sabers.
any bad memories or any grief towards
That's right.
people because you'll just forget them.
I won't turn to the dark side either because I'm always positive. I'm always happy.
Light side Logan.
Yeah. Evangeline's asking, do you know Joel and Christian? Well, he does. He's on the
Only
show.
from streaming and messaging on Facebook. So I don't know if that would be knowing. Maybe kinda.
I think so.
And they're pretty cool. They're pretty cool. They're pretty positive. So I like streamers who don't complain and just have like a fun community around them. So that's why I enjoy being on the show.
Yeah, that's cool. These guys are talking about three sabers. So what
style.
I'm going to have the Wolverine claws, but they're going to be sabers on each hand. 3 saber blades on each hand. Pop, pop. That's what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
My sabers. Instead of having lightsabers, I'm going to have the Wolverine claws, but they'll be sabers. 3 on each hand.
Okay.
Slice and dice.
Slice and dice.
Cut you up real nice. Yeah, slice and dice, cut you up real nice.
Dude.
I'll bust a rhyme on you every now and then. Don't make me do it. I like streamers that don't complain. Play trash clip.
Trash.
Trash.
This is allowed to.
Play trash.
He's allowed to. He doesn't even complain. He just says trash. That's it. Cool. I've just see it on their shows. Awesome. Well, that's it. Anthony, tell us what's going on. Are you working? Well, no, I know you're working on something. You're working on something very big, almost film-like. I think we need to rent a cinema out to put this one
Yeah, I
out.
think you do. I think you do. Yeah, so I'm working on a Star Wars project for a while now, but to be honest, sometimes it's a bit too daunting for me, so I don't shoot for a couple of days. But today I've
Mhm.
shot like, I thought 10, but I think it's 15 shots of Han Solo for this Star Wars project I'm doing. It's going to be
Wow.
pretty huge, and I hope it's going to be worth it. It's going to be like a 30-minute video I'm doing, story
Yeah.
video, and besides that, because that's going to take a while. Besides that, I'm doing like I don't know how you would call that. It's like it's not like a rant, but it's like a pre-recorded dive into the mind of a collector, and I'm going to discuss a couple of topics.
I think
And
that's
my
cool.
plan is to do it like every 2 weeks, one episode. I'll just see how it goes. Maybe it'll turn into a stream, but for now it's going to be pre-recorded, and it's going to
That's cool.
explain some things about us as collectors.
I'm really enjoying your different content that you're coming out with. You know, working on this big, taking on a big task to do that a story styled posing showcase is tough.
Yeah.
And then doing these conversations, I think is really cool. So I'm enjoying seeing the different content you're doing.
Yeah, I hope
So I
people will
can't
like
wait to
it.
see it.
Yeah.
I think so. I think so. I can't wait to see it. Well, what's he saying here? John will have a saber that intermittently cuts out. Fuck you, Andre.
Imagine.
Andre. Oh, I forgot
so
to play this
funny.
clip. Ah, sorry,
Oh,
Lakagi.
dude.
I forgot to play
it
the
was
best clip
awesome.
of the show. Okay.
Andre's cameo.
Andre's cameo. You just reminded me. Andre's cameo in the show, everybody. We missed it. But before we go, check this out.
Now widen your search.
Copy. Over.
Oh, dude, you need to remove the
Riding over it.
comment first. Do it again. Do it again. Without the
Oh,
comment.
I'm an idiot. God damn it.
Now widen your search.
Copy. Over.
That's Andre Kino and his
There you
floaty. That was awesome.
Donated by Lakagi.
Yeah.
I can't believe.
Yeah,
See, that's
thanks,
how
Lakagi.
that's how bad I am.
That's
I
epic.
literally
That's
forgot
epic.
it in the middle of
Dude.
the show. God,
Lukagi's a legend. Him and Charlie are legends.
legends. One way out. One way out.
Yeah.
I want an autograph, Andre. I want an autograph.
Perfection. I always
Hashtag
think of
floaties for
Andre when I
Kino.
see Kino and floaty.
Oh shit! I love it. Well, that wraps up another week. I think let's cut it there because I'm about to have a coughing fit. I'm holding it back, and I think I'm going to go back to bed. FYI, it's 10 to 7 a.m. here, so I'm going to go back to sleep. Yeah, I like to wake up, drink a coffee, and then try to go back to sleep. It's awesome.
Has no effect on the brain whatsoever, the coffee.
Not to ever. William Owens in the house. What's up? Doing good, but joining late. How about you? We are good, William. We have wrapped up talking about this episode. Everybody gave their thoughts and opinions. I think we had a good chat about it. I thought we broke it down pretty well. You showed me some things that I didn't think about. I talked about the points that I thought, but all in all, from someone who hadn't seen Clone Wars and Rebels, and I know you haven't, William, because I did see Jetta's stream where he called you out for not watching Rebels. So I got your back, bro. Don't worry, I got your back. I think it was a great episode, and what I needed as a viewer to learn more about Ahsoka and just to see her interactions with Hayden Christensen, I freaking loved it. I've watched it twice already. I'm probably going to watch it, the last 2 episodes again before next episode just to get hyped up because I'm hyped for what's going to happen. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next. I don't even care that we haven't seen Thrawn yet. These last 2 episodes have been that good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I
Do
think
you feel
we'll
that
see-
as well?
I think we'll see Thrawn like the last episode, and that will lead into like the movie.
Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen.
By the way,
It's pretty damn.
seeing William Omen's back, I was kind of thinking, didn't we have like shiny and Seer Dreams in the beginning?
We did, yes, and they
Listen
must
to
have got
those.
sick of our content. They got sick.
As
No, I'm
one
not listening
does.
to these. As one does. Shin for the win, says often. Hashtag Shin for the win. Yeah, I can't wait to
Shin
see.
for the win.
Can't wait to see Shin again. Is Thrawn just gonna get teased for the movie?
I think
Possibly.
last episode. I think the last episode they'll just lose. I think Sabine
Yeah.
will need to make the hard choice again, as you won't.
Shit. This series, it's funny watching the actress. I saw her on Instagram, hearing her Aussie accent come out. I'm just like, it's just something about being Aussie. You just automatically like Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. As soon as you see an Australian actor. So
Yeah.
she's very Aussie sounding. If you haven't heard her normal voice, it's good to
I-
hear.
I
I love it.
haven't.
I love it. And William says the series has been epic, so he's been loving it as well. There you go.
Yeah. Dude,
We're all
you haven't
loving
said
it.
what you have going on the channel.
Didn't I? Loki. I'm going to do Loki. I just
cool.
released
Yeah, sure.
the quarter scale video that took me 6 weeks to get out. It's
Damn.
probably the longest it's taken me to do a video in a while.
Feels like a chore. Oh, I received Boba Fett. I forgot that one. I received the quarter scale Boba Fett.
Oh, yes. You got to tell me how good that sculpt is because
And I lost the Iron Man 5 suit up.
oh yeah, that hurts.
Yeah, that
Anthony
hurts.
literally lost his Iron Man Mike 5 suit up.
It's Mia.
I hope you get
It's
it back.
Mia, unfortunately. Anyway.
I hope you get it back.
I hope
I
so.
hope you get it back. Fingers crossed. I still have an open mind because I'm daunted by trying to put it all together. But I will when I do my Iron Man shelf, which will be coming soon. But yes, quarter scale video out. So it's just my trying to show some of my love and appreciation for why I like quarter scale figures. That's out now. And I'm working on Loki. And I'm going to bust out some shorts and reels this week as well. Maybe take some photos. I might have a bit more time this week. So yes, it's been a bit dry lately, but we're getting a bit more time back. So stay tuned for that.
Cool.
Other than that, we'll see you next weekend for the next episode. Everybody, thank you for being here. Often, as always, with all the slides, the legend,
Yeah,
Lakagi
thanks.
for the video clips, Andre for all the special encouraging comments towards myself, Evangelium, Butch, everybody that's been here, Ren's in the house, coming through like the boss that he is. S-Beam stopping by. Go check out his bloody stop motion stuff. It's really cool. Collector Joey for stopping by. Thank you, brother. TK Magic Shop, thanks for being here. I think there's a few new people that showed up every now and then today.
Yeah.
Butch, as always, can't wait to hear when you've bought President Loki initiation. Do joke when I say that, Butch. Please don't let me convince you. But seriously, I'm going to. Okay, says I'm going to. Loki. I'm going to do him. How dare you? Anyway, guys, till next week. If I'm still alive, we'll see you then. Have a good weekend. Anthony, as always, it's a pleasure. Peace out.
Same.